I'm going to start off this evening with the Education Committee meeting. I'll call to order for October 14th of 2025. This evening, I note the presence of committee members myself. Missing or absent, excused, is Donna Rowland and Elgin Bailey. Also here is Steve Wilson, and Laren will be sitting in on our committee this evening. Hannah is here as well. Thank you, Hannah, for coming. And we have a quorum, so we'll move ahead. First and foremost, I'd like to approve the minutes from our last committee meeting. Is there anyone on the board that has any updates or changes? No? Then I'd like to go ahead and approve those. If you so approve them, please say yes.
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 Yes. Perfect. All right. We do have some items I think that we could bundle a bit. We don't have any presentations, so we'll move right into our agenda items. And we have a few affiliation agreements which are required for signatures. So A and B, I was going to go ahead and bundle tonight, if that's okay. So the Millersville is approval, there we go. The Board of School Directors approved the nursing program affiliation agreement between Millersville University and CASD. And then the University of Phoenix, the same, will approve the affiliation agreement with the University of Phoenix, and its rider to agreement is presented. Does anyone have any questions about these items on our committee? No? Anyone on the full board have any questions about these items? Seeing none, if you agree to move these forward, please say yes. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for paying attention. I'm just kidding. Okay. I'm just kidding. Okay, and then C is the CCIU marketplace contract that the school board of directors approved the contract with the CCIU for comprehensive planning and instructional coaching as presented. And then we're going to move this to a special board meeting, correct? Oh, we're not doing that now? Okay. We were going to do that. That's still on here. We're not doing that anymore. We'll move that to the end of the month as well, as long as it's agreed to. And I know that the CCIU has helped coordinate and lead other efforts, including comprehensive plan, the strategic plans that I've been involved in. They did a great job. So does anyone else have any comments or questions on the committee? No? Does anyone on the full board have any comments or questions? Seeing none, if you agree to move this forward, please say yes.
Yes.
Fantastic. All right. Then we have D, request to establish after-school art club at Reesville Elementary School. And I love this for our kids. And the purpose is that we're going to have an art club at Reesville Elementary. It'll be formed for students to continued interest in the program for art. The goal is to continue the education with different projects that may not be able to do in regular educational hours. It benefits the students at Reesville. They continue to show interest in art class, and then during multiple superintendent council meetings, the previous school year, students asked for this club. So this art club will not only provide students with a new after-school activity, but expand their knowledge of art, and will go into more depth with materials that they're already using in the art classes during the day, and they'll be able to learn more about art and expand their creativity. The leadership is under Erica Rosiello, the art teacher at Reesville, and she'll be in charge of running the after-school art club. And if any other teachers would like to volunteer, we would love to have their help. And it's a 2-year volunteer program. And then as long as interest continues, it's something we would look forward to giving after, like a credit and stipend for that position. Does anyone else have any comments? No? Do you know if we have any art clubs? I know that you were looking into that, and it's okay if you don't know yet.
I do know for a fact that East Fallowfield and Kings Highway had one. I don't know if it's reestablished.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. And does anyone else have any comments on that on the board? No? If we agree to move that forward, please say yes.
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 Yes. All right. We have some performances and field trips that, if it's okay, I'd like to bundle. So we have the Meister Singers, which is E, the out-of-state field trip, I don't even know who that's for. Yeah, the junior ROTC, the out-of-state for ski club, and the out-of-state trip for the boys' basketball team. So I'm not going to go through those because executive content, we have to keep our kids safe, and we don't really say where they're going, but we can see those things. Does anyone on the committee have any questions or concerns?
No.
No? Anyone on the full board? Seeing none, if it's okay to move that forward, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Great. And I'm so excited for this one. We have a Disney Frozen Junior musical. That is what North Brandywine will be performing. So it's for the contract for $740 as presented to be able to produce this musical presentation. Does anyone have any comments, questions, concerns?
I'm just asking the question. We did this a few years ago at Scott. Do we have to repurchase it? That's how that works?
Yes, you
Okay,
do.
I'm just trying to educate. Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah. Maybe they can borrow some
Of
decorations.
Of the decorations, maybe. I don't
I
know.
remember there was T-shirts maybe.
They do have T-shirts made. Yes, that's right.
Okay. Does anyone else have any comments or questions? Seeing none, if you agree to move this forward, please say yes.
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 All right. Now I should have bundled that too, but that's okay. J, this is for the junior ROTC program to have a Texas Roadhouse fundraiser, and they will get 10% of the bills forwarded to the program. So if everyone's hungry, head on out to the Texas Roadhouse to support our kids. And this is this is ratification, I guess, huh? October 1st, or is that when it was proposed? Did we miss
Did they already
it?
do it?
Yeah, this is
Oopsie
ratified. Darn it. Well, I hope you enjoyed your food. So this is ratified. Does anyone have any comments or questions?
Nope,
Seeing-
darn, I wish we knew beforehand.
I know. Seeing none, if you agree to move this
Was it?
forward, please say yes.
Yes.
My bad.
Yes. Thank you. Okay, the next are some confidential student instruction placements, student settlements. Oh, actually, so if I could do K, M, N, O, P, Q. I know. Well, they're all confidential placements and/or settlement agreements that I would like to bundle together. Does anyone have any comments or concerns?
No.
Anyone on the full board? Seeing none, you'd like to move this forward for the full approval, please say yes.
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 Yes. Okay, now I know I skipped one in there. Lori's going to have to keep me honest. I skipped where did it go? Thank you, L. Thank you. It's just another affiliation agreement, which I should have thrown at the beginning with A and B. But this is the affiliation agreement with Westchester University as presented. Does anyone have any comments or questions regarding this item? Anyone on the full board? Seeing none, if we can agree to move this forward, please say yes.
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 Yes. All right, now I skip down. I think we have the independent R, if I'm not mistaken, which is independent evaluation for a student, which is also confidential who the student is, but we're agreeing to Stephen Kakmar doing the evaluation. Does anyone have any comments or questions? No? Anyone on the full board? Seeing none, if you agree to move this forward, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, and then we have another student placement at the Pathway School, and actually it's a couple, 2 students, and the cost is $72,875 per student. Does anyone have any questions or concerns? Seeing none, anyone on the full board? No, if you agree to move this forward, please say yes.
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 Yes. Okay, the Everway quote for you, so that the Board of School Directors approve the quote from Everway for subscriptions to Symbol, Sticks, Unique Learning Systems, and News 2U programs as presented at a cost of $21,375.74 for 1 year of services. Did you want to go over what these were? Not really. Could you? Yeah, just quickly, a brief sentence or two.
This is for a curriculum or a program for our students who are moderate to severely cognitively impaired. The Unique Learning Systems is a full curriculum. It's an alternative curriculum that provides reading or LEA, math, science, social studies, and transition. The Symbol Sticks is a program that does visual representation, so we can create like communication boards. We can create pictures that go along with the curriculum for those students to also be able to assist with their learning. And then the News to You helps to provide access. It's like a newspaper that's specifically written for students with some pictures and things in it too, to kind of connect them with the world around them. So that's what those materials are to support their learning.
Thank you so much.
Right. Do you have
And these were
questions?
these were new supports, correct? And a new curriculum?
Yeah, we did some trialing with them last year, but we are getting them for everybody this year.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Does anyone have any questions about that? Anyone on the full board?
How many students is this serving approximately?
Approximately 25.
Sounds wonderful.
Anyone else on the full board have any questions or comments? Seeing none, if we'd like to agree to move this forward, please say yes.
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 Yes. Okay, and the next is a ratification, because we had to renew, if I'm not mistaken, this particular resource, right? And so it's that the school board of school directors approved the contract renewal for Learning A to Z as presented. And this is used for instruction for English language learners in the district, and our renewal was due. So we're ratifying it because we had to get that renewal so we didn't disrupt services. Does anyone have any questions about this one? And I'm sorry, the cost is $8,721. Seeing none, anyone on the full board? If you'd like to move this forward to full approval, please say yes.
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 Yes. And then we have the English Learner Services. Well, if it'll click over. Now mine's going to have a problem. This is like is this a duplicate? It's the same thing.
English, which one? English.
W. On my agenda, it says the same thing twice.
It does?
The wording does. Oh, wait,
No,
did it just click over?
Mine's-
It just finally clicked over. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Mine was stalling too, a little bit.
Wait. Okay, yeah,
Shorter.
it's going a little crazy. Is it? No,
It's
I
about
don't
the
know.
CCIU.
I'm getting the same thing you are.
Are you? Because it doesn't say anything new. It says exactly what the last one said.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. Do you want to approve this thing that I can't read and I don't know
You
what
want
it
me to
is?
read it? The Board of
Steve,
School
can you-
Directors
Thank you.
approved the proposal for English Learner Services with the CCIU at an estimated cost of $13,200 as presented.
Thank you. And can we get clarification on what that is?
Yeah.
So this is the consortium that we go through the IU to provide professional development and just most up-to-date information in regards to best service our EL students, our EL population. So this comes out of the federal grants out of Title III.
And do we know that Title III grants are actually coming?
So yes, so the federal monies those were released ahead of time, but are we still waiting on them? Yes.
Okay.
But we do have carryover from previous year to be able to cover this cost.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone else have questions? Anyone on the full board? Seeing none, if you'd like to move this forward for approval, please say yes.
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 Yes. Okay. And then I think I'm to X, if I'm not mistaken. And this is just the Board of School Directors approved the Memorandum of Understanding with Compass Mark for the 24-26 school year for prevention services with 4th and 5th grades in Rainbow Elementary, Cal Elementary, Reeseville Elementary, Kings Highway, and East Fallowfield, as well as the in-depth program at Cash as presented, at a total cost of $16,480. You look like you want to say something about this one. Nope. No? Okay. Does anyone have any questions? Seeing none, anyone on the full board? No? If you agree to move this forward to the full board at the end of the month, please say yes.
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 Yes. Okay. So that, we have our normal informational item, which is our enrollment report.
Ms. Seegreaves, can I just add, as part of the informational items that's not listed here,
Yes.
just that the comprehensive planning will begin this month, October 22nd. Our emails to those individuals who were selected to be on the committee. We have approximately 45 individuals who will be serving on the committee this year, which is really nice show and a great diverse stakeholder group that's going to bring information back to us to help us to prepare for the next 3 years. The individuals who did not get selected will be receiving sorry, you did not get selected, but we are waiting to see if anyone from the yeses that were unable to participate because of changes in schedules or whatever. So that email will be going out by the end of the week.
Very good. Thank you very much. And did you say the amount? How many people?
45 at this point.
That's great. Thank you. Okay, and there's no other informational items? Any old business or new business? No? And then we'll go to public comment. First, the board has requested that all persons making comments of public concern list their name, address, telephone number, and topics on the sheet provided. There's a 3-minute time limit per person, and time may not be yielded to another speaker. The first speaker is Ms. Crystal Hunt.
Hi, I'm Crystal Hunt. I live at 419 East Chestnut Street in Coatesville. My phone number is 484-908-4144. I'm here today because my child is a 7th grade student at North Brandywine. And since we're only given 3 minutes, I'm going to try to make this as fast as possible. If anybody wishes to contact me after this meeting to remediate any of these, please feel free to do so. But these are the problems right now that I'm having with your district. We have had violations of rights under the Nurses Practitioners Act.
Ms. Hunt?
Yes,
I'm so
sir.
sorry. I'm so sorry. In this part of the public comment, it's related to items that we discussed on the agenda.
Which are what exactly?
Is
Because
this-
I asked the woman behind me how I would be able to go forward with the complaints that I had.
Right. That would normally be something you would do during the public comment at our open board meeting at the end of the month. This is when we talk about the items that were specifically discussed that I just went through on the agenda that we end up voting at the end of the month.
So this meeting is not open to the public to speak about current situations within the district, just what you guys are allowed to speak on now.
For this meeting,
Okay,
for
so
this
when-
part of the meeting.
So when would that meeting take place for me?
It's
What date and time?
October 28th.
October 28th
at
6 o'clock.
is when the meeting
In
begins.
the same room.
In this room, October 28th at 6. Okay, I'll definitely be back October 28th at 6.
And Ms. Hunt, you can also certainly email the school board.
Oh, ma'am,
with
I've
your
done that several times.
Okay,
Several times.
okay. The whole school board, just to make sure.
Not the whole school board, because ultimately, I do not want to chop up his name, so I'm so sorry. I'm going to call you Mr. Anthony. But in all honesty, ma'am, some of the serious problems and issues that I've had, I've never honestly even been directed by your administrative staff, who has been in charge, to direct me into the right places or people to make my complaints to. And so I was aware that this was the first school board meeting, and so that's why I decided to show up here.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
For coming, and I'm sorry for the confusion, and we'll hope to see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's a good start. It's a
Yep.
good start. Thank you for coming. And you can email the entire board at the school board at casdschools.org. All of us. It's all of us. No,
So you would do school board at casdschools.org, and I'll actually, if you want, get it to you afterwards.
we can give it to you right
Yep.
after.
Okay, and then we have Miss Lori Shannon Bailey.
Thank you. Good evening. In terms of emails, I have emailed you all several times, so if you're going to be emailing one member of the community, I'd like some responses to my email messages also. I have several email messages I have emailed you all, and I haven't gotten a response. So the Pathway Program, I'd like to know how is it that you determine which schools you will be participating in? This is a very, very good program, and in the good old days, the organization used to do presentations to the board. So with the high school, it looks like you're only doing 4 programs. We're only spending $160. I'd like to know what's the justification for only doing 4 programs for the high school? You're not doing any programs for the 9-10 center? I'm not sure.
Mrs. Shannon Bailey, are you speaking of Compass Mark,
Yes.
not Pathways?
Well, I'm sorry, it's V. I'm looking at Rainbow, Callan Elementary, Reeseville, Kings Highway, East Fallowfield, Coatesville High School. Did I miss the school? It's the contract, the memorandum of understanding. Maybe I have the wrong one.
Yeah, that's the Compass Mark, that's letter X.
Right, so I don't see the intermediate school, I don't see Scott, which we all know Scott has a lot of challenges.
Right, it addresses the 4th and 5th grades, that's why.
Okay, so any particular reason why you're not including Scott or the 9-10 center?
No, it's just limited, this programming is limited to the 4th and 5th grade students. That's why.
Okay, but you have the high school here. The high school has.
Right, that's the in-depth program, that's separate.
Okay, so I'm just wondering, what's the justification? How is it that you're determining how this program is distributed throughout the district? I'd just like some
Okay.
feedback on that, please. Because it's a very, very good program. It's been around for a long time, and these are best practices for children. So I'd like some information about that. And then Millersville, the Millersville program and the Phoenix affiliation agreement. I've asked you all over the years about historically black colleges and universities, and why is it that there are not efforts made to have agreements or affiliations with black universities and colleges? And I'm not sure what the issue is, but it certainly would be good if we had some affiliations with black colleges and universities, considering we're the most diverse most diverse district in the county. Not sure why that's continuing to be ignored. And then I didn't put this on the list. I'll save my comments till the 28th. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that concludes all of our speakers this evening. The next, let me find out where it is, committee meeting will be November 11th, 2025. And at this time, I will call for an adjournment of the Education Committee meeting.
Okay. With that, I'm going to open the Finance Committee meeting, call the Finance Committee meeting to order at 6:25 p.m. I recognize committee members Shauna Maxwell, Vice Chair, myself, Chairperson Liz Muirhead, and Board Member Robin Seagreaves. Board Member Elgin Bailey is excused this evening. Moving on to the first order of business is the approval of the minutes. Are there any additions, corrections, or modifications to the minutes from September 9th, 2025? Okay. Seeing none, all in favor of approving the minutes, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes, the minutes will be approved and placed on file. Moving on to our agenda item, financial statements, letter A. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the financial statements, bills, payables list as presented. Do any members of the committee have any comments on these items? Any members of the full board? I just want to point out that we continue to operate without state funding, which you can see as you look at the board summary report for both income and expenses. And again, I want to thank people who paid their property taxes early because it is one of the reasons that we have the cash flow to continue to function. Please continue to reach out to your legislators, and let's try to get a budget passed so that they can allocate funding.
Could I ask on that, do we know how long, I know other school districts in the state already are borrowing money. I know that we are, thanks to a lot of your hard work, we're in a stronger position than we have been in some previous years, but.
Yeah, I
what
would
does
say
that
we,
look
we have a couple months left to go, so we're hoping that the budget is passed, by the end of the year.
Okay.
And we're ready to go, with the funding coming in at the beginning of this school year, or I'm sorry, beginning of the calendar year.
Great, thank you.
Okay. Great question. Any other questions or comments from board members? Okay. All in favor of moving the financial statements to the full board agenda, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, it is so moved. Letter B, the 2026-2027 budget calendar. That's right, before the state has finished their budget, we're already thinking ahead to next year's budget. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the budget calendar for use in the 2026-2027 budget planning process as presented. Do any committee members have questions on this item? Any questions or comments from the full board? Okay. Seeing none, all in favor of moving this to the full board agenda, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, it is so moved. Letter C, 2026-2027 building budget allocations. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the building budget allocations for the 2026-2027 school year, thereby authorizing the building principals and staff to commence the budgeting process as presented. I want to point out that these are non-salary related allocations. So this is basically covering everything except for salaries. Right, Lori?
That and anything related with operations. Operations would be separate. This is mainly for the schools to get the resources that they need for students.
Great. Thank you for that clarification. Any questions from the committee members? Any questions or comments from the full board? Okay, seeing none, all in favor of moving this to the full board agenda, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Letter D, 2026 PSBA slate of candidates. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the 2026 Pennsylvania School Board Association slate of candidates as presented. There's a lot of information in the public content that explains the process here. There are 3 individuals, Holly Arnold, the recommended president, Matt Benoit, the recommended vice president, and E4 section advisor, recommended advisor Taslim Morales, and as well as the insurance trustees, Kathy Slope and Roberta Marcus. So those are listed. Any questions or comments on this item from the committee members? From the full board? Okay, all in favor of moving this to the full board agenda, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, it is so moved. Moving on to letter E, the collective event group event agreement. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the rental agreement with the collective event group at Harrisburg for rental of 1,200 folding chairs at a total cost of $7,080 for the class of 2026 graduation ceremonies held by CASD and CCIU Technical College High School as presented. I'll note that we actually share this rental cost with CCIU TCHS. So our final expense is actually half of this amount, $3,540. And this total amount of the $7,080 represents an increase of $203 over the prior year. Any questions from committee members on this item? Any questions or comments from the full board? Okay, all in favor of moving this to the full board agenda, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is so moved. Letter F, Dindus Inc. rental of sound system equipment, that the Board of School Directors approve the quote from Dindus Inc. for the rental of sound system equipment for the November drama production Clue at Coatesville Area High School in the amount of $2,177 as presented. Any questions or comments on this item from the committee members? From the full board? Okay, all in favor of moving this to the full board agenda, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is so moved. Okay, I'm going to bundle the donations, which are letter G, H, I, J, K, L, and M. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve these donations, and I'm going to give you a summary of them. There's $4,595 from the Reesville PTA to Reesville Elementary School, $300 from the New Horizon Recovery Center for school supplies, $242 from Brittany Adamski for headphones for digital education, $500 from Customers Bank for school supplies, $7,500 from Bentley Systems for STEM at North Brandywine Middle School, and then 2 Donors Choose donations, one for $17.49 and one for $275. I do want to note that Donors Choose is a national nonprofit organization that allows public school teachers to create classroom project requests for materials they need. Anyone can donate. Right now, these are going through our normal process, which means we individually approve each one of them. Because we're getting more and more of these donations, it's a very convenient way to meet immediate needs that teachers have demonstrated they have in their classrooms. We're going to be developing a process that will allow these to be approved without as much of an administrative burden of each of them having a line item at the board meetings. There's a lot of really generous donations here. I want to thank the organizations and the individuals that are supporting our students and our classrooms. And in particular, this Donor Choose is a great way, if you want to know how to help a specific need in the district, it's very easy to go out there, look for something that a teacher has said they need in their classroom, and fill that need. So I encourage people to do that. Are there any questions or comments from the committee on any of these items? Any questions or comments from the full board?
Can I just echo your words in regards to the thank you for the donations? Because as you can see, there's quite a few tonight that we're receiving from not just Donor Choose, but also our PTOs and other individuals who, especially when times are tight because of state budgets, these are definitely welcome donations, and we appreciate everything that comes into our schools and supporting our students, so thank you.
It's really wonderful to have so many agenda items to approve. Okay. If there are no other questions or comments, all in favor of moving these to the full board agenda, please say yes.
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 Okay, it is so moved. Sorry, my system now just blew up the way that yours did, so I need a moment. Okay, last item is letter N, the release and settlement agreement with employee number 14619. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the confidential release and settlement agreement for employee 14613. Oh, is it 613 or 619? It says one. Thank you. That's okay. 14619 as presented. Obviously, this is confidential. We cannot discuss publicly. Is there anything that committee members or full board members want to say? Okay. Seeing none, all in favor of moving this to the full board agenda, please say yes.
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 Okay, it is so moved. That concludes our agenda items. We do have informational items, the account code legal fees, and the medical claims for July and August. Because the medical claims are a running total, we only provided one report, but both months are listed. I do not have any old business. Is there any new business? Any public comment? Okay. I'm sorry. No, it's okay. Take your time. Thank you. Okay, public comment. The board has requested all persons making comments on agenda items list their name, address, telephone number, and motion items. There's a 3-minute time limit per person. The board does not take action or discuss items not appearing on the agenda. The board values public comments and wishes to convey that although board members cannot discuss items that are not on the agenda, they listen carefully and appreciate and value input from the public. Ms. Shannon Bailey.
Good evening. Please excuse my chicken scratch. I'm sorry, time got away from me.
It is totally fine.
Thank you. So I wanted to speak about the weighted pupil allocation. I know we used to have this years ago, but I haven't seen it in recent years. And And a lot of this I don't understand, and I want to understand because our finances are important, as you all just talked about earlier. So the per pupil allocation for kindergarten, it's $251.88. And then right next to that, the amount is $93,446. I'd like to know what those two numbers mean, and then the numbers that correspond underneath. Specifically for, at the bottom, if you look at special, SEC, maybe that's special education, projected enrollment 891, and then there's 0.40 weight factor. I'd like to know what that means. And then the per pupil allocation, does that mean we have 180 students, 0.70? I don't know what that means either. Projected enrollment 891. Elementary special education, does that mean we have 656 students in elementary school in special education? Thank you very much, I appreciate that. And 891, is that?
In secondary, yes.
Okay, high school or 9th through 12th?
Middle school, high school, yeah.
Okay, so what is the 180/70? What does that mean?
That's the per pupil allocation.
So if I can try to respond,
Thank
the allocation that goes to the building for supplies for that population of students is $180.70 per enrolled student. So for secondary gifted, there are 103 students. That's 103 students times $180.70 times the weighted factor. And the reason that the weighted factor is 0.4 instead of 1 or something like that is because there's an allocation that's already going to those students from just the regular grades 6 to 8, 9 to 12, right? So this is like an extra allocation that's going because these students also receive gifted services.
Okay. Okay, so thank you for that information. And the athletic budget here, $543,000, 143.
I remember you asking about this last year, and I think that we had responded last year as well. Gloria, can we respond to that?
Yeah, so that, that includes all athletic programs as well as transportation. So that's actually all the middle school and the high school. So that's every program, every student accounted for their different programs, including transportation.
Okay.
And Lori, can you tell us how much of the full budget that is actually?
It's a very small percentage, very small percentage.
Okay. Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your questions, Ms. Shannon Bailey. I do appreciate the engagement and desire to understand the things that we're bringing in front of the public. And certainly, if anybody ever has any questions about something that we're discussing at these meetings that you aren't as confident as some of our residents to come to the microphone and ask, as we discussed earlier, you can always email us at our school board email addresses, and we will try to get answers for you, either from the administration or from ourselves. Okay, that concludes public comment. Our next meeting of the Finance Committee is November 11th, 2025, and the Finance Committee meeting is now adjourned at 6:40 p.m.
Thank you. I will call to order the Operations Committee meeting for October 14th. I note the presence of committee members, Vice Chair Liz Muirhead, Member Alicia Rest, Member Shauna Maxwell, and myself, the Chair Beth Brindle. We have a quorum, so we will move ahead with the meeting. And I note that only committee members can approve agenda items to move forward to the full board agenda. So next is the approval of minutes from our September 9th meeting. Are there any questions or comments on the minutes? I'm sorry. Thought it was. All right, so moving on to approval of the minutes. Are there any questions or comments on the September 9th Operations Committee meeting minutes?
No.
All right, if not, all in favor of approving the minutes, please say yes.
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 All right. And moving on, there are no presentations tonight, so moving on to agenda items. Agenda item A, PVBJ Incorporated, the cash boiler repair replacement. Recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the proposal from PVBJ Inc. for the boiler repair replacement at the senior high school for a total cost of $65,202 as presented. Any questions from committee members? The full board? Okay, hearing none, please say yes if you support moving this forward to the full board.
Yes.
Yes. Agenda item B, Siemens Industry, that the Board of School Directors approve the amendment number 2 to performance contracting agreement from Siemens Industry, Inc. to modify the scope of work to reflect final construction conditions as presented. Any questions on this item from committee members?
I was just curious, it looked like there were some pretty significant changes here in terms of like the quantities and things like that. Is there any reason that the original proposed so many things that ended up not being needed?
So I wasn't here when they originally started this, but I did ask them for the original agreement. And as they go through the buildings, they find certain things that may have just been replaced or something that was missed in the scope. So this is just a tail end, almost the closeout. So I have requested the original agreement. I talked to the solicitor. Well, he has this copy, and he'll also get a copy of the original.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, please say yes if you support recommending this item to the full board.
Yes.
Yes. Do we have others?
Oh, yes.
You don't have to, but. Agenda item C, BSS Contractors, that the Board of School Directors approve the proposal from BSS Contractors LLC to install 1 to 3 inch river rock along 120 to 130 feet of fence line at Scott Middle School for a total cost of $5,360.79 as presented. Any questions or comments from committee members?
I do. Is this for aesthetic purposes, or is this going to do something to
Weed
prevent
control or-
water?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it going to control water or anything like that?
Well, it's going to control weeds. Right now, the fence was installed approximately 8 inches behind the wall, which leaves that gap that you can't run a mower. It's going to be hard to weed whack. You know, I thought before they left, we get this done, and then we're completely done with the front.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Makes a lot of sense.
Any further questions from committee members or the full board? Hearing none, please say yes if you support moving this forward to the full agenda.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Agenda item D, Lobar Inc., Reesville Elementary addition change order, that the Board of School Directors approve the change order from Lobar Inc. to add playground line striping to the Reesville Elementary addition project for an additional $7,665, totaling the project at $3,172,242.53 as presented. Are there any questions from members of the committee?
I don't have a question. I just wanted to point out that since the playground striping is a very ambiguous term, what's happening is they're actually painting some of the different games on the playground. So hopscotch and kickball and
Twister.
Right, Twister and duck, 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 goose areas, Foursquare, as well as a basketball court. So it's going to make the playground much easier for the kids to kind of have designated areas to play different games. So a nice addition to the Reesville playground, for sure.
I'd just like to note that originally at a board meeting, you approved a not-to-exceed number of 140. We are under that number. We're in the 120-something. This was anticipated, we just didn't have the price at the time, so I think the paving was about 97 plus this. And we're also doing the logo, the Raptor logo, that you approved at last month's meeting.
Last month's meeting. Thank you.
And it looks great.
Thank you for that context. All right, any other questions? Hearing none, please say yes if you support recommending this item to the full board.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Agenda item E, ICS, the Doe Run Elementary School Commissioning Agent RFP. The recommended action that the Board of School Directors approve the recommendation from ICS to approve the lump sum contract with the Stonehouse Group for the commissioning services supporting the Doe Run Elementary School project for a total cost of $49,850 as presented. And I had asked if we could get a little bit of information about what the commissioning services does
Sure.
for us. And
So in any big project, you hire a commissioning agent. It's a quality assurance process that verifies that the building systems, the HVAC, the electric, the plumbing, that they're all installed, tested, and operating according to our standards and according to manufacturer and design intent.
Thank you. And it looked to me, too, in the proposal that was selected, that they're also looking for things like energy efficiency, just building longevity, sort of good maintenance practices.
They are, and that's key part of commissioning, to ensure that the materials that we bought that are going to conserve water or electricity are installed properly.
Thank you. Right. Does anyone else on the committee have questions or comments?
I noticed that, and it explains this, I noticed that this was not the low bid, but it was a very modest
It's $400 or
difference
something.
between this firm and the low bid. And there was a note that this firm was chosen because relative to the lowest bid, it was much closer to the project. So the other bid was in New York versus this one. Just anything you can share on that?
Yes, well, and they may also have a relationship in dealing with this company, so I think that plays a lot into it.
Is there a degree to which we can go kind of over the low bid in a circumstance like that? Or is it?
It would have to be something that really stood out. Like, when we do bids, and we talk to Lori all the time, if we get 3 bids for a project, and 2 of them are really close, one is completely out of the ballpark, somebody's missing something. It's not
Right.
apples to apples. That's what is usually a red flag. And if in fact we get a lowest bid that's really out of whack, we call them and say, did you understand these plans? Do you understand what we want? Because there's something wrong. And we give them a chance to do it, and they have, I think, 2 days to get out of it. So we do recognize improprieties in their bidding.
Yeah. Great, thank you.
Thank you. Any questions from other members of the board? All right, hearing none, please say yes if you support recommending this item to the full board agenda.
Yes.
Yes.
Letter, I think I can bundle F, G, and H in Telecom Systems, Inc. For a clock system at Scott Middle School for a total cost of $3,475, for an intercom and PA system to restore the operation of the intercom and PA system for Calne at a total cost of $2,850, and then PA system repairs at North Brandywine and Rainbow Elementary for a cost not to exceed a total of $15,000 as presented. Any questions from committee members on those items?
Just the not to exceed, that's just because until they get in there, we don't know what the scope of the repairs are?
Correct, but also because when they're in there, we want to make sure that when they do find something, we don't have to wait another month. These are all safety issues
Okay.
that we're trying to address one by one.
Great.
Thank you. Any other committee members or members of the full board have questions? Hearing none, please say yes if you support recommending this item to the full board.
Yes.
Yes. All right, thank you. That concludes the agenda items. We have no informational items tonight, no old business. Any new business? None on the agenda here. Any public comment? Okay. Thank you. Then our next meeting of the Operations Committee will be on Tuesday, November 11th, 2025. And I will adjourn the meeting at 6:51 PM.
Okay. Good evening. I would like to call to order the Policy Committee. I note the presence of board members Beth Brindle and Liren Yacco. I am Chairperson Holly Charest. Absent this evening is Vice Chair Donna Rowland. I do believe we have a quorum, so I'm going to move on to the next item, which would be item 2, approval of the minutes. Are there any questions or comments regarding the minutes from September 9th? Okay, seeing none, please say yes if you want to move these forward into public record.
Yes.
Yes.
And yes. Okay. There are no presentations this evening, so we will move on to our agenda items. Agenda item A, Coatesville Area School District Board Policy 003, Functions, first reading. Recommended action is the Board of Directors approve Policy 003, Functions for a first reading. It looks like this has been edited for formatting, and language has been updated to reflect current board authority, requirements, and procedures. To my colleagues on the committee, any questions or comments? To my colleagues on the full board, questions or comments? Seeing none, please say yes if you would like to move this item forward for second reading.
Yes.
Yes.
And yes. Okay, letter B. This is going to be Board Policy 201, Admission of Students, first reading. Recommended action is that the Board of School Directors review Board Policy 201, admission of students for a first reading. So this has been edited and modified. It is to make sure that the listing for admission of students for kindergarten, the section is that the board requires children shall attain the age of 5 years within 6 months of September 1st of the year they are enrolling in order to be eligible for kindergarten enrollment. There is added following language in the policy to reflect the language that will also be in the AR that's attached to this. For under early admission of students, a child who does not meet established age requirements until after the beginning of the school term may be admitted to kindergarten or first grade upon the written request of parents, guardians, and in accordance with procedures and requirements set forth in the accompanying administrative regulation. To my colleagues on the committee, any questions or comments?
I know that we ran into a few issues this year. Is this because of that?
Yes, this is directly related to that.
Okay.
To make sure that we are allowing for individuals to want to consider early kindergarten, that it's not at the age of 4.
We had a lot of that this year, I feel
We have
like.
3 years of age that requested, so that's why we are putting this in for.
Right. And they get tested, correct?
Correct, they are assessed.
All right, just want to make sure. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments from committee? Colleagues on the board, any questions or comments regarding this? Okay, seeing none, please say yes if you would like to move this policy forward for a second reading.
Yes. Yes. Sorry.
And yes. Okay. Item C, Board Policy 215, Retention, Promotion, Acceleration, first reading. The Board of School Directors to approve Policy 215 for a first reading. So it seems that there has been formatting changes throughout, and a bulk of the revisions made were then transferred to the AR attached to this. That would be AR 215 AR-0 for this policy. To my committee members, any questions or comments? To my board member colleagues, any questions or comments?
I just had a question on, like, the acceleration policy. It notes that parents must agree with the placement, but it also says the principal will make the final decision. Is there anything that parents can do to appeal a decision that they disagree with?
Mrs. Snyder, no appeals, right? No, once that decision's been made, that's the final decision.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
you.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? All right, seeing none, please say yes if you would like to move this policy forward for a second reading. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Letter D, Board Policy 815, acceptable use of internet computers and network resources. For this policy, there has been language that has been, it has been edited for content, and there has been language that has been moved to the AR that is associated with this, which is 815 AR-0, particularly the information regarding cyberbullying and social networking education, artificial intelligence rules to govern by, and additional resources. That is now all found in the AR for this policy. To my colleagues on the committee, any questions or comments? No? Okay. To my board members, any questions or comments? Okay, seeing none, please say yes if you would like to move this policy forward for a second reading.
Yes.
Okay, and yes. All right, I am going to bundle together items E, F, G, H, and I. These are all second readings of Policy 115, Career and Technical Education, Policy 200, Enrollment of Students, Policy 202, Eligibility of Non-Resident Students, Policy 236-1.1, the threat assessment, and Board Policy 718, service animals in schools. Excuse me. To my colleagues on the committee, any questions or comments regarding the second reading of these policies? All right. To the rest of the board, any questions or comments on these policies? Okay, seeing none, please say yes if you would like to move these items forward for PSBA approval.
Yes.
Yes.
And yes. That concludes our agenda items this evening. Under informational items, you will see listed all of the ARs that are associated with the policies we just discussed and moved on with. Is there any old or new business that people would like to discuss? Okay. Is there any public comment? No, that's cool. This is my first time having public comment. I'm very excited. I guess everybody's computer's taking a turn because now mine is frozen.
It's just like,
All right, so the board has requested all persons making comments on agenda items to list their name, address, telephone number, and motion items. There is a 3-minute time limit per person. The board does not take action or discuss items on not appearing on the agenda. The board values public comments and wishes to convey that although board members can't discuss items that are not on the agenda, they listen carefully and appreciate value input from the public. Ms. Lori Shannon Bailey.
Good evening. Thank you very much. So the retention policy, it says teachers will inform parents, guardians as early as possible that a student is having difficulty and that cooperative efforts between home and school are necessary to assist the students. So the section in green, so first of all, is this new language in green or is this to be added or changed or?
Hi, Ms. Shannon Bailey.
Hi.
So the language in green reflects additions that have been made throughout the drafting process, and then the deleted language in red is language or sometimes even just markers that have been removed.
Okay. All right, so that's good. So I think that this is a very, very important policy, and it speaks to the need for intense, consistent communication between parents and the district, especially parents who may not be engaged. I mean, I understand that you all can't make parents communicate with the district. I get that. But please do more to try to engage parents. If you write to them and you let the parents know early on instead of, at the end of the school year when it's too late. Just please do what you can to communicate consistently from a proactive point of view to work with parents so that children do have an opportunity to make the best out of the academic year. I mean, you all know about it, this horrific situation that happened with the student, and I'm not saying anything else, but this is a very, very crucial policy, and we want all students to maximize their academic potential. So please tread lightly and seriously as you make changes to this policy, and I'll be watching it very, very carefully as someone who speaks for the marginalized community. And I know you care about students as much as I do. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Shannon Bailey. Okay, our next meeting will be Tuesday, November 11th, 2025 at 6 p.m. And I will adjourn the Policy Committee meeting at 7:03 p.m.